Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm walking you through my quick steps to get this soft, smoky eye using Jo Baker's new line of Bakeup Beauty products. Today we'll be using the Desert Road Trip Micro Palm Palette. So if you haven't heard of Bakeup Beauty yet, it's a really trendy, fresh, fun line started by makeup artist Jo Baker and recording artist Grace Gausted. I hope I'm saying that right. Now, if you're following either of these two ladies on Instagram, which you absolutely should be, you'll know that they both have a very eclectic, very artistic sense of beauty. Now, Grace Gausted is a 21-year-old singer, songwriter, and producer. Just do yourself a favor and check her out on Instagram. She has a slew of really artistic, really over-the-top, beautiful, colorful, bright, neon, funky, just fun looks. So it makes sense that she would partner with makeup powerhouse Jo Baker. Now, if you don't know Jo Baker and you're a makeup artist, then you've maybe been living under a rock. So I'm going to enlighten you now. Jo Baker is an incredibly talented makeup artist, originally from London, but based in Los Angeles now, and she has a slew of celebrity clientele that most makeup artists would die for, including Lucy Boynton, Sharon Stone, Bella Hadid, Selma Hayek, and plenty more. So do yourself a favor, makeup artist, and definitely check out Jo Baker. So if you're following Jo on Instagram, then you are probably familiar with her bold, creative, over-the-top looks. She never presents a boring red carpet look. There is always some tiny detail that she includes to just take the look over the top, and she specifically does a lot of really fun looks with lashes and more of like the spider lash or 60s inspired lash on her clients like Lucy Boynton in particular. I know I've seen several looks with her, so definitely check her out, and it makes sense that one of her signature products with this new line is the Tarantulash. Now, this is billed as a really long wearing, smudge-proof, budge-proof mascara, but also one that you can layer and make the lashes super thick. And she actually has a couple of tutorials where she shows you how to do her patented spider lash. So for today's look, I'm just gonna walk you through how to get this soft, smoky eye using the Desert Road Trip Micro Palm Palette. Now, I ordered one of their signature play kits, the Palette Lovers Kit, which comes with all 4 of the line's palettes for now, and includes 3 brushes as well. So I have to be honest, right off the bat, not a huge fan of the brushes. These definitely feel like a free gift with purchase that you'd get at Christmas. They're not the softest, they're not the best. I think maybe with cream products, you could use these in a pinch, but I didn't use them for the look today, but it's an added bonus. And the whole kit of all 4 palettes and the 3 brushes is only $96, so you're really getting a deal. Now, I also ordered the Triple Threat Eye Primer, which I'm super excited to show you guys because this is one of the first eye primers that I have personally used that is designed to be worn over and under the eye. So I actually prepped my under eye using this eye primer before I applied concealer, foundation, or any of the things. And Jo herself touts it as an in real life filter because of its smoothing properties for around the eye area, which so far so good. I really love how this is wearing so far, but you guys will see in just a second. I also picked up the Define Me Gel Liner, which has one of the finest tips on an eyeliner that I have seen in quite some time. I am very impressed with how thin of a line you're able to get with this pencil. Didn't love it for the waterline, but we'll get more into that later. And then the Tarantulash, so excited. Just one more thing I want to note before I jump into showing you guys this eye makeup is the size of these palettes. So for all my makeup artists out there, any of you who are familiar with Artist Kit Company, I think these are actually smaller. It's like a credit card, 4 palettes in one. We've got the Primaries palette, the Neons palette, our Pastels palette, and then our Desert Road Trip. So for all my makeup artists out there, you cannot beat this deal. You cannot beat the size and portability. Kudos to Jo Baker. I'm just really excited and also honestly really appreciative because there are a lot of makeup artists nowadays coming out with their own lines like Pat McGrath, whom, don't get me wrong, I love Pat McGrath. House Labs, which is Lady Gaga, but also co-designed by Sarah Tana, who is a makeup artist. Pat McGrath and Sarah both started at MAC, and their lines are beautiful. Don't get me wrong, I adore them, but they are so expensive. They don't offer pro discounts. The packaging is a nightmare for your kit, so neither one of them are really pro artist friendly. And what Jo has done with Bakeup Beauty is giving you a really quality product, but in my opinion, with pro makeup artists definitely in mind. While this is great for consumers, and you definitely are gonna get what you pay for all of my artist friends out there, just can't recommend these enough. And also, really quick before I get into it, I just wanna give a shout out to another pro makeup artist friend here in LA working on her YouTube channel, Jeannie, who did a really beautiful summer fun makeup tutorial using this Pastels palette, and I'm gonna link it in the description below. So that's enough about Bakeup Beauty. Let's get into this eye makeup. All right, So let's get started. So I've already prepped my skin and I've put on my eyebrows because I didn't want to feel naked. And we're gonna start with the Triple Threat Eye Primer from Bakeup. I'm really excited to try this. So on their website, they tout this as a smoothing, hydrating, amplifying eye primer. And the really cool thing about this is that you can use it all around the eye area. So not just above the eye for your shadow, but we're gonna use it underneath as well. So I'm just gonna apply it on the lid, everywhere I think I need, and we're gonna come underneath the eye as well. And then we're gonna rub this in. That might be too much, but you know, we'll see. I have never used an eye primer underneath my eye, so I'm actually really excited to see what this does for just the wearability of my makeup in general, concealer and whatnot. So I do really feel like this is brightening the eye area, and that's what Jo Baker talks about a lot on her Instagram lives and on the Bakeup Beauty site. If you check that out, she talks about how this is smoothing and brightening on its own, so you can wear it just as sort of like an instant in real life filter without eye makeup. But that is obviously not what we're going to do today because we are going to try the eye makeup with it. So moving on, we've prepped our eye with our Triple Threat Eye Primer, and now I'm going to use the Desert Road Trip Palm Palette, which you can see here. It's a really, really nice neutral palette that you can do an everyday easy smoky eye with. So a lot of times when I'm doing a smokier eye, I actually like to start with my darker tones first as opposed to starting with a lighter shade on the lid. So I'm going to pick up a little bit of this color here. Just tap off that excess. And we're just gonna start from the outer corner, slowly blending in. You'll notice I'm trying to keep my eye open as best I can because that helps me see the placement in the crease. This is especially important if you have hooded or more hooded eyes, more deeper set eyes. The more that you close your eye and try to do your eye makeup, the tendency we have to either go too low or too high. So if you can get in the habit of keeping that eye open, then you can really see where you want to be blending. These colors are really smooth. So these colors are blending like a dream, I have to say. I don't know if this is my first time trying, so I don't know if that's more the primer or more the eyeshadow colors, but they're going on really, really smoothly, which I am impressed with so far. Next, I'm gonna take a little bit of this more peachy pink tone and just come right all over the lid. Start mixing that in. This is a great, really nice neutral palette without any shimmer at all, which is nice for like that soft, smoky look. Next, I'm gonna pick up a little bit of this lighter tone here because that's pretty close to my skin tone. Make sure you tap off that excess. And then we're just gonna go right above that darker tone to blend out that crease. I hate unblended eyeshadow. It's like a huge pet peeve. So I will spend an obnoxious amount of time blending in the real world and on my clients. But it really does make a difference because you just want it to look feathered and soft and tapered out. You don't want to have a hard line, unless that's a look you're going for, which you could be if you're trying to do more of like the cut crease, which is a really stylized look. But for this look, more of an everyday. I think I need to blend here a little bit more. I think what happened here, this is actually a good explaining moment. You can see how smooth this eye looks, and this eye is a little bit more patchy here. I think I just had a little bit too much eyeshadow on my brush. I didn't tap off enough of that excess before going in over here, so that's why that's happening. I'm liking this tone for an everyday, so I'm going to go back in with this color. Same thing, just tap out that excess, and I'm gonna put that underneath the lash line. And I'm using the rougher round of eye brushes. These are my absolute go-tos in my kit. They have some of the softest, nicest brushes around. They're all made in Japan, some of the softest bristles you can find. Now I'm gonna take the deepest tone here and just start to work this in with the lash line in the outer corner, just for some depth. And with a flat brush, I'm gonna pick up a little bit of this lightest shade, tap out that excess, and just right on the inner corner, I'm gonna brighten. With that same flat brush, I'm going to just come back in just a little bit more. Nice neutral brown to blend, and do a tiny bit more with this darkest shade up here. Just blending that into my crease a little bit more. It's all about the blend here, guys. I'm just, again, transitioning a little bit more. This looks a little crazy because I don't have any of my other makeup on yet. I don't always do eyes first on my clients. Even sometimes I will. If it's a very smoky or a dramatic look or something that I know could have a lot of fallout, then I will start with the eyes and sometimes even put on eye patches for my clients to set while I'm doing their eye makeup and then go in and do the face. But for today's look, I just chose to start this way so that I could really test out the eye primer and see how well it worked underneath the eyes like it claims. So we're gonna do some liner with the Define Me gel liner. Now I am really excited about the tip of this liner. I don't know how well you can see that, but it is such a fine tipped liner. So I'm really excited to see how this wears. It goes on super smoothly, and because of that fine tip, this is one of the only pencils I've tried where I feel like I can get almost as fine of a line as I could with a liquid. So I'm gonna do the same over here. I'm just sketching out that line. I'm trying to keep it incredibly fine. Really just tapping at that thinner bits of that lash line to keep it super, super fine. I don't really want this to be overpowered by liner. See that there? And then I'm going to, with my eyes open, this is really important too, with my eyes open, especially for any of my girls out there with hooded eyes, more deeper set eyes. When you're doing your liner, if you're gonna do any kind of a wing, you really wanna get in the habit of keeping your eyes open and looking straight ahead so that you can see on my eye here where that crease from my eyelid naturally is. So if I close my eye and go like this, when I open, that wing isn't going to be straight because where the fold of my eye is, it's going to impact that. So I'm going to keep my eyes open and just ever so slightly sketch out just a really soft, subtle wing. Nothing major. Again, taking that from my bottom lash line out, just a really subtle flick almost. I don't even really want it to be like a winged liner. I would use more of a liquid if I wanted a full wing. But with the drama and to try the eyeliner, definitely want a little. That eye is stubborn over here. So you can close when you need to fill, like after you've sketched, but you want to get the shape as best you can with it open. Not the best liner I've ever done, but she'll do. Now we're gonna see how this tight lines, because with any smoky eye, I always want to try to tight line my lash because this is so fine. This is actually a little harder to control. And then I'm just gonna come right back in at the lash line and make sure I'm as close as I can be. I don't know if you can see the difference there. It's a little tricky to tight line with because it's so fine, but it's very black. Like once you get it in there, it is on. Yeah, I think I would rather do my tight lining with a thicker or kohl pencil, but for the sake of this look and experimentation, we're doing everything with our Bakeup line. And same thing underneath. Yeah, unpopular opinion. This pencil is not for lining your waterline, and she is not for tight lining. I love the tip and how defined I'm able to get that line and how close I'm able to get to my lash line. But if you are a girl that likes to line your waterline or to tight line very often with your liner, I would stick with whatever pencil or kohl pencil that you've already been using, because this is not it. I'm really having to work at this, and it's still not really as black as I would like, but 10 out of 10 on the pencil itself for what I'm using it for up here, which is the actual eyeliner. Don't love it for inside the eye and the waterline, but we all have a black liner at this point that we like for that. So let's get to the real hero and the product that I am the most excited to try from this line, Tarantulash. I'm so excited for this, you guys. I have been on a mascara hunt, a mascara quest, whatever you'd like to call it. I have pretty long natural lashes, but I have had some issues in recent weeks with my mascara transferring. It's been getting all over my eye, underneath from my bottom lashes, and I just haven't been able to find the mascara that I love. Closest thing I've found lately is the Lancome Idol Eyes, which does work, but it's almost so long wearing that it's hard to get off, and I feel like I have to really scrub my eyelashes, which I don't love. So anyways, I'm so excited to try this Tarantulash today. So let's get into it. It's a very thick brush. I like that. Start with my right eye. Oh, she is a full mascara. We're getting some volume. Let's do it underneath. Okay, I am loving this so far. If this holds throughout the day, I have found my new mascara. So I'm going to break up these bottom lashes. I've shown you guys this before, my favorite lash comb. I'm gonna break up under here just a little because I don't really want the spider lash look for everyday wear. Although if you follow Jo Baker, which you should be, she has sort of a signature spider lash that she does where she actually lets this dry down to about 80% and then goes in with tweezers and actually clumps her bottom lashes and then sometimes even her top. I've seen her do this on her celebrity client, Lucy Boynton, from time to time, and it's a very cool, very editorial look, but it's not, in my opinion, super everyday wear friendly, so I'm not gonna do that today. I'm just going to take the mascara as it is. You can see the difference between the eye with mascara, obviously, and my eye without. So I'm gonna finish this up and then we're gonna see how this wears throughout the day. Okay, so it's worth noting that I didn't even curl my lashes. I just straight from the tube to my lashes, wanted to see how this would wear, and here it is. So I'm gonna go do the rest of my face and then I'll be back. And there you have it. Our soft neutral smoky eye using only these 4 products. For my first time trying this line, so far I'm so impressed. I'm most impressed with the mascara, which I kind of assumed from everything I had seen online, but the Tarantulash mascara definitely holds up in my opinion from first application. I'll definitely check back in with you guys and let you know how it wears, if it transfers, if it smudges, if it budges, how easy it is to remove. And the same with the eyeliner. I'm really excited / interested to see how this holds up. Again, didn't love it on the waterline or for tight lining my eyes. I don't think it's that kind of pencil, but for applying a really tight eyeliner with a gel pencil, 10 out of 10. So good. It went on so smoothly, so we'll see how it wears. Hopefully it holds up. And this was just meant to be a really soft, neutral, smoky eye, something that could work for a day at the office or be played up into an evening routine. I think it works either way. The colors in this palette are really great for achieving that natural, soft, everyday look. So this would be a great palette for all of my makeup artists out there for your advertising looks and commercial looks, because you could do a much softer version than what I've done here. I've made mine a little bit darker to make it a little more dramatic for a night out or a photo shoot, whatever you want. But I definitely think you could do some really soft, natural looks with this palette. It's super helpful to me right now while I'm trying to grow this channel for you guys to leave me feedback. So please let me know what you liked, what you didn't like, what you'd like to see more of in the future. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for stopping by. Bye.